All right, let's bring on Randall Crowder, the COO of Phunware. He's here. Hey, there he is.
What's going on,
What's
Spencer?
up?
How you doing?
What's up? Well,
I would take you up on that. I love when you dive into crypto and stocks. You
I,
know me. I'm ready to go.
I mean, I can read, the Berkshire Hathaway annual report out loud. We can do that. We can do lots of things here. Nobody seems to want that though. So with that being said, I will just see myself out of here, and let you do it.
Yeah, Spencer, this is a swan song. This is the last time I think I'm going to give this presentation.
Oh,
I want to say thank you to Benzinga. Y'all have done an amazing job building an incredible community, especially of retail investors who actually want to learn about the companies behind the ticker, behind the meme. And I think,
thank you.
hats off to y'all's team. I have loved, just getting to know a lot of the folks across the Benzinga universe. And so for me, this is always, very hard because there's certain things I want to really talk about tactically, but then there's so many new people coming into the Benzinga universe that I feel like I got to kind of, start from square one, because you got to really understand who in the hell Phunware is. Why is everybody so excited about it? And so I'm going to give this presentation, one more time for the people who are new to the story. And then next year, it's going to be a new one. So stay tuned.
Alrighty, let's get.
All right. So for those of you who don't know me, COO Randall Crowder. I'm going to go through a quick disclaimer, agenda, but this is really what I want to start off with. Many of you guys have to drop off. In the Army, you always kind of give a bottom line up front or front bluff. It is an inflection point in our history right now, and this is why. And so we have a $60 million plus war chest. We just did 50% growth in Q3. We're on track to do over 100% growth in Q4. One of the big things that I think a lot of people are not paying attention to, and a lot of people didn't pay attention to me when I told you that $1 a share for Phunware was a joke. The people who did pay attention to me are still sending me thank yous. I'm telling you, where we're at now, I feel like is a joke. And this bullet right here is one of the big reasons: indirect channel activation. We've got a partnership with Carrier, a $20 billion heating and cooling giant. We've integrated our software into one of their flagship products. And I'll talk about that more in a little bit. Cox, Cox Enterprises, y'all know them, broadband, telecom, multi-billion-dollar company. If you Google Cox ProSite, they're playing in healthcare in a big way, and we've partnered with them on that. HID, access control giant, another multi-billion-dollar company, part of Assa Abloy. If you have swiped a key card or a key fob to open a door in the last 10 years, I bet you it was HID technology. We've got they're licensing our smart workplace solution. So, this is how we scale fast. This is how we start building, a indirect channel business that's high margin, and we start ramping revenue. It's activating these indirect channels. And then, it also makes julienne fries, right? So blockchain, everybody loves blockchain right now. But we've been doing this for a while, and we've been doing everything methodically and correct, because the future of blockchain rests with real companies solving real problems in the real world. And that's what we're doing in a compliant manner. So not only do we have a feature-rich mobile application portfolio that we've begun to deploy called Phun Wallet on iOS and Android, download it today. We've got funcoin, a security token, which we're working with Securitize on. We have Phun token, which is probably what you're more familiar with, a utility token. And I'll talk about the interaction of all those pieces here in a second. And along the way, one of the things that we didn't do a great job of, and I think it's why so many people got really great entry points into our stock over the last couple of years, is we didn't play the game. If you're going to be a public company, you got to play the game. You got to be able to get your story in front of people. And it's a what have you done for me lately type of environment. You got to keep pushing that story. That's why I keep giving similar presentations and talking to anyone and everyone who will listen. That's why Alan does the same thing. We're excited to have new research coverage from Roth Capital and H.C. Wainwright, joining Taglich Brothers and Ascendiant. We also have a lot of great new IR initiatives with Gateway, Grasso Global, Barretto Pacific. This is all about sharing our story with a broader community, both institutional and retail. That's how you generate that slow, steady up and to the right, limiting some of the volatility, which can be a little daunting for some institutions. But we're seeing really great stock price appreciation, volume and liquidity. We've been a top gainer on NASDAQ multiple times. You can't pay for that kind of commercial. So people should be thinking in the back of their mind, wait a minute, you've got a company that did $6.5 billion in trading volume in a single day. What could they do if they start swinging hard in the cryptocurrency space? If they start swinging hard with their security token or their utility token, it's a lot more than a coin with a variation of a dog on it. We've got a lot of interesting things going on. So, I get it. A lot of people have maybe come for the meme, but stay for the company. So without further ado, let me tell you exactly what we do. We've been around since 2009, before the App Store. We helped Apple think about what the App Store would be. We helped large brands transition from web to mobile. It was a huge idea back in 2009. We helped build the first NFL app, the first NASCAR app, all of Fox's mobile application portfolio, Sochi Olympics, WWE. These are the passion verticals. They were the ones that understood how important mobile would be to reaching consumers, because it was always connected to a human being and always connected to a network. Fast forward to today, now everybody's thinking about digital transformation. It's not just a big screen to consume content, watch movies, fight with people about politics or mandates. It's a powerful computer that happens to be mobile, that happens to be connected to a customer and connected to a network. So it's no longer good enough just to have a mobile application. It's what are you doing with it to not only engage your ultimate consumer, but how are you engaging them to drive profitable behavior? And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a platform to drive your digital transformation initiatives, which is exactly where the world is headed right now. People always ask about COVID. By any industry account, COVID has actually truncated the adoption curve for things like what we're doing by 5 to 7 years. So we're seeing a lot more activity. People who used to think it was a nice to have are now starting to get, oh, wait a minute, this is a must have. And so I'll explain more about that why. But really, if you want to think about, easily what we do, you've been watching it in the movies since probably before you can remember. So Tom Cruise, Minority Report, walking through the mall, all the advertisements are personalizing to him. He walks up to the Gap of the Future, a hologram pops up, talks about his purchase history. That's digital transformation. But it's really easy to do in CGI. It's very hard to do in the real world. I know because we've been doing it. We live in a very connected world, but we exist disconnected from it. Think about the last time you went to a grocery store. Maybe you cross an RF signal to open a door. Maybe you swipe a credit card to leave, but that's it. I mean, at least in my world, maybe if you visit Singapore, you see some of this, but at least in my world down here in Austin, Texas, I don't see any personalized holograms. No computers are talking to me, and I'm just wandering around the grocery store buying stuff I probably don't need. This is the problem. We need a software layer to bridge the gap between all of that technology in the real world and digital transformation. We need an internet of experiences. That's what MaaS is. Multiscreen as a service. It's an enterprise cloud platform that will allow any brand to get the right content to the right customer on the right screen at the right time in the right place. It's game changer. This is the future. So all of these other meme stocks that you guys are chasing with bygone business models, come join the fun, because this is the future. This is where everybody is headed. Every space will be a smart space. Every engagement will be tech enabled. So in a world where all of the products you get are Amazon enabled, I want all of your experiences to be Phunware enabled. And that's a big idea. And we're getting it done across a lot of industries. Really what it allows anybody in almost any vertical to do is to standardize on us. That's a huge competitive advantage. When we were doing that passion vertical work, we were getting 30-40% gross margins. We raised over $100 million as a private company. We built a platform that will allow any brand to standardize their mobile ecosystem on us, their mobile ecosystem designed for engagement. And so just like you can license a CRM from Salesforce, or you can standardize on AWS, you can now do that with Phunware. So we can give you a fully feature-rich mobile application portfolio on iOS and Android, and we can do it in probably a week or two, and we can do it at 75% gross margins. That's a game changer, especially for shareholders. If you're looking at, how do you really scale? You got to be able to do this fast, and you got to be able to deliver on the tech-enabled experiences that these industries want. So, but we got our start in passion verticals. Here's where we're focusing now. It's a lot of folks that were kind of late to the mobile game. A lot of these folks have been getting by with websites. Maybe they're optimized for mobile, or just really basic kind of content driven apps. Now they're thinking, okay, how do we standardize operations on a mobile ecosystem? How do we really tech enable, our customer journeys? So hospitals are huge for us, smart spaces, retail, hospitality, corporate campuses, politics. I know everybody loves to talk about politics. Politics is huge. How are you going to engage your constituency? And that's really becoming interesting for a lot of people to own that platform. That's the same reason why, healthcare, they want to own that platform, be able to own that engagement with their patients. And then we still see some media entertainment just because we have such a long lineage in that. Think about this: the hospitality experience. Nobody wanted to do this before COVID. Certainly nobody wants to do this now. This is the kind of pain point that we solve. We'll send you digital keys directly to your phone. Use your phone to access the elevator, use your phone to access your hotel room. Later on, while you're walking around the property, say like a big, large Vegas casino, or we're launching in Atlantis in the Bahamas, you can actually have a live, immersive, interactive map. Now start thinking about like augmented reality experiences, but there'll be more on that next year. You can think about booking amenities, scheduling events. Lord knows if you've played, any sort of game in Vegas, they never seem to bring the waiter or waitress to you when you need them, and you're always asking for them and craning your neck around. We solved that. Order food or drink, anywhere you are, and they'll just bring it directly to you. You just enjoy your experience. That's tech enabling the experience. The mobile app is not about booking a hotel room. It's about getting the most out of a real world experience by tech enabling your journey. That's the future. Hospitals, if I know by looking at your EHR you have mobility issues, I can have a wheelchair waiting for you when you arrive. But how does that all happen? I have to have an enterprise cloud platform that not only integrates with asset management system, but understands the patient's needs, understands the patient's location, can bring that all together to make that engagement contextual. That's huge. We do it for employees. There's a lot of talk about returning to work. A lot of Fortune 500 companies right now are thinking about how to tech enable the employee experience with Phunware software. We're doing a very large deployment for Norfolk Southern, one of the largest railway operators in the world. They're building a brand new, beautiful headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. And they wanted to basically have, I'm dating myself now, but a tricoder. Turn your phone into a tricoder a la Star Trek, everything managed by that mobile ecosystem. That's a really key thing to understand about Phunware. We're not one app to replace them all. We're one app to rule them all, because every building, every industry, every customer is going to have different vendors they work with. So Norfolk has somebody they're working with for parking management. They're using Microsoft for their conferencing and scheduling, somebody else for access control, somebody else for vendor credentialing. We bring all that together because, again, you're standardizing on our platform, and we give you one single sign-on, one seamless mobile experience, and you get access to everything that you would need being on property, at venue, or engaging with the brands that you know and love. So I'm going to go through this fast. We are no longer a digital agency, but a lot of people still do that. Low margin, non-recurring, no thank you. A lot of people always ask, what about the big boys and girls? Look, at the end of the day, you could throw enough money at something, you probably damn near do just about anything. That's not where the customers that we target want to go. A hospital system is lucky if they have one or two people with CS undergrads. They're not trying to stand up a 15-person dev team and engineers to manage an SAP instance. They're just not. So they love our ability to just give them software out of the box. They can focus on their business. We'll see some people here and there, point solutions or by industry, smaller players like Purple, do a good job with kind of content management, but they don't have some of the features that we have that really drive engagement. Probably our best competitor is going to be someone like an Accenture. And it's somebody who we actively work to partner with. So, a lot of these folks don't have, like I said, engineering teams. So they'll say, look, no one got fired for buying IBM, but I don't want to buy IBM or manage IBM. So I'm going to hire a consultant to go figure it out. And they'll cobble together a bunch of point solutions that were never meant to be interoperable. We solved that pain point. We are out of the box, outsource end-to-end solution. It just works. Everything comes pre-integrated. You get access to everything. We can either license specific features from us if you already have a mobile application, or you can license optimized solutions. And so those features come in two flavors, software development kits or application program interfaces, or you want to take the guesswork out of it. We've already got optimized solutions. You can license those full tilt, and again, just go to work. And so you can not only license it for a customer, but you can also white label it. So a lot of the indirect channel partners that we're talking about, that's what they do. Location is a huge piece of this. So that's a competitive advantage for us. We beat Google for Kaiser Permanente's business. We did it on a cruise ship after 3 or 4 other vendors failed. The ability to find a mobile device in 3 dimensions indoors is a huge problem. A lot of people can't do it. Sub 1 meter accuracy, sub 1 second latency. I can't engage what I can't locate. We've done it for a lot of customers across industries. But even more exciting to me than this slide is this slide. It's going to be our indirect channel partners. That's how we scale. And so, whether it's hardware vendors, software vendors, system integrators, or carriers, these are the people who have already a huge distribution network, great sales teams. So we want to really, grab that tailwind, work with them. So we've been doing that over the last 12 to 18 months. We didn't chase revenue, we chased partnerships. So hopefully revenue will chase us. And we've been successful signing up some pretty big partners. Like I said, Cox, Carrier, HID. You'll note, Carrier's not on here. Everybody's always screaming at us. Why can't we talk more about our customers? Why can't we talk more about our partners? A lot of it's contractually obligated. We told Carrier we wouldn't use their logo. And so a lot of times, we are beholden about what we can say, about what we can do based on, the contracts that we execute. One thing that a lot of people don't realize about us is we're also a data company. So we have a customer data platform that is pretty impressive. One of the early hypotheses of the company was, could we create a Phunware ID for every human being on the planet with a mobile device touching a network? So far, we've generated about 17 billion with a B Phunware IDs. When operating at scale, our platform manages about 1 billion active devices at a time. That's huge. And so we thought, how cool would it be if we could blockchain enable that? If everything we're talking about today is contextual engagement built around mass, and I can engage you if I can locate you, it's also very helpful if I can identify you. So the concept of funcoin is this idea of owning your data, giving control back over to users. Every time your data is sold, I want to pay you. It's your data. You should be cut in on every single time someone makes money on you. Along the way, though, there's this idea of fun token, the value of engagement. If fun coin is my gold mine, then fun token is going to be my picks and shovels. So every time I engage you, every time you click something, like something, do something, you're informing your data profile, you're making it more valuable to a brand. You know what? I'll reward you for that as well. So that's a utility token. You can get it right now, buy.funtoken.com. In the next couple of weeks, you should see Funcoin on Securitize's platform. All of this dual token economy is managed by FunWallet on iOS and Android. You can download it today. And so we're trying to move away from this concept of, I want to surveil you and exploit your data and I'll make money. You just, pat you on the head and, go check out some social media feeds. And that's all, you get out of the deal. The future of data is a decentralized data economy that puts consumers first. First party data, brands managing consent, you're in charge. And we're building the platform to deliver on that. It's a huge idea. And we're now managing 2 really exciting crypto assets. How do you even value a public company with that kind of, asset on its books? I'm excited to see it. So how does this all come together? Let's say I'm a cruise ship. I want to locate a bunch of people to engage. I might buy data. And then in this particular case, it's location data. So I'm identifying the people I want to get content into. I'm going to pay you with Funcoin. But the cool thing is we can white label our blockchain ecosystem. So you can call it whatever you want. Call it cruisecoin for all I care. Once we've identified you, maybe we want to engage you with some really rich content. Maybe I want to try to sell more excursions to you while you're going to be on your trip. So now you get a push notification that says, earn cruisecoin just for watching this video. So now I'm engaging you. That's going to be a different asset. So I sold your data. That would be theoretically run by Funcoin. I engaged you. That could be driven by Fun Token. And then, we'll let you spend that while you're on your trip. You can go buy a drink. You can go, buy some merchandise. And so you kind of close that loop on an ecosystem where now you're putting consumers first. So this is a huge idea. It's not a pivot. We're not pivoting to a blockchain company. We're an enterprise technology company that is being built to better engage people, but being able to engage people where they're in control. So again, that concept of decentralized data economy, contextual experiences, And we got a lot of really exciting things on the product roadmap. And that's why I'm going to change this presentation and talk about kind of going forward things like augmented reality, what we're doing to enable a lot of this movement towards the metaverse. Really exciting things when you can think about digital identity, and ensuring that that identity is sovereign and ensuring that people are part of that conversation. Really excited to be able to leverage our platform and all of our experience in order to do that. Be remiss if I didn't say follow us. Investors.phunware.com is a great resource for everything we push out. At Fun Token, at funcoin, at Phunware. All these are great. You can find us on Telegram, same thing. And so please, follow the company, reach out, really learn about what we're doing. It's so much more than just a meme or just a spike because of a PR or any one customer. There's a lot that we're doing, and we're excited that you're learning more about the company. So with that, if there is time for any questions, happy to answer them. Spencer, happy to talk to you for a little bit, or we can virtually arm wrestle.
We could do that. I don't want to do that with you. No. Let's do this. We do have a few questions. Surprise, surprise, from the chat. So let's get to a few of them right now. Can you ask him, referring to you, Randall, ask Randall how he plans to always protecting users' privacy and getting consent to a user allowing Phunware to track, ingest, and digest and use their digital footprint to
I
tailor
love it.
experience.
So first and foremost, our customer data platform is built around that, right? So we've been doing this longer than most people. So when we have over a petabyte of data that was at scale is growing at about a terabyte a day. We work in healthcare, which is managed by HIPAA. We're already GDPR compliant. We're already CCPA compliant. We're already taking it one step further. And look, I know everybody talks about it, so I don't mind mentioning it. We did the presidential app for Trump, and we never got hacked. We had a lot of attacks, never got hacked. So how you manage data, how you manage privacy, just has to be woven into the culture of not only your company but also the technology. And so far, we've done it in every vertical, and we've done it well. Now, going forward, there's a lot of really exciting things that we're going to introduce using blockchain, like NFTs. And so being able to have that kind of identity tied to who you are, but then just like you get royalties on artwork, we'll give you royalties on your data. That's going to be exciting.
Several questions, all related to the same thing. What is the nature of your relationship with the DWAC?
We no comment. We don't talk about customers. Everybody's for those that are new that keep wondering what's going on. We pitched our services to Democrats and Republicans. We are a platform for engagement. We don't touch content. We don't do content. So the Trump team in 2020 had their own content. We gave them a platform to better distribute and engage with that content, especially being a mobile first world that's quickly becoming mobile only. And so now, obviously, a lot of people, wonder what role we'll play in politics going forward. And we'll just comply with Reg FD and report on that, as we can.
This is an interesting one. So, can you wait? What was the question? Okay, so it's more of a clarification question. Would multi-screen as a service basically just use the digital footprint of your cell phone as you walk into a store to just give you personalized ads or coupons? Is that the idea?
It can. And so, but you're in charge, right? So anytime, so think about even the workplace example. I might want to share my location while I'm at the office, but I don't want to share my location when I go home, and I don't have to think about turning it on and off. So that automated switching has to be part of any platform that's going to, basically gain mainstream adoption. But yes, once you're in, a store or a smart venue, you'll be able to be engaged. And it's not like, don't think of it like banner ads. It's more about like I'm walking past a restaurant and they're going to say, hey, if you book now, we'll give you 10% off. Or I'm walking past a store, hey, we've got a special, buy one, get one free of XYZ.
All right. And then last one here, Randall, and this is the one that everybody wants to know. Speculation.
I thought the second question was the one everybody wants to know. There's a more.
Yeah, this is okay. There's two. This is the other one here. There's speculation about you and the mayor of Miami. Can you address that at all?
We did meet with them last week. I gotta tell you, I mean, he gets it. How he's bringing together hospitality. Almost creating a digital chamber of commerce. We have a smart city solution that we launched at Pasadena And Miami would be a perfect example. You think about what he's doing with city coins and Bitcoin, his tech forward approach to hospitality, his how can I help Twitter campaign. So a smart Miami that is Phunware enabled would be a pretty cool thing. And so we were excited to begin having that conversation with him for sure.
Okay, Randall Crowder is the chief operating officer of Phunware. I think I got to most of it, if not all, the recurring questions in chat.
I thought you were going to ask the most important one. It's like, where do I get that awesome shirt that Randall's always wearing?
No, actually, in all seriousness, how's your arm thing doing? Is that better?
It's good.
Okay, it's better.
Healing nicely.
Better.
All right, healing nicely.
Yeah, now I definitely don't want to arm wrestle you. All right, Randall, always a pleasure, man. Have a good rest of your week.
Appreciate you, Spencer. Take care.
Thanks for coming on the Benzinga Small Cap Conference today. Everyone, guys, smash the like. If you're in here for Randall or any other company, do us a solid. It takes literally 1 second. Just hit the thumbs up button. It looks like that. That's what it looks like.